The following program contains mature subject matter and may not be appropriate for some listeners. It seeks to recreate the red light district of Canada's capital during the mid to late 1800s and reflects the attitudes as well as...
You say your teeth are wretched from chewing tobacco and whiskey? Your breath probably smells like Grandpa's back house. Well, whenever we've got dental problems in the nation's capital, we go to the name we've trusted for years, McGinty's Pub. That's right, McGinty's Pub has been sidelining in tooth extraction for almost a decade. For only 5 cents, step on up, knock back some of our best Jamaican rum, and watch the magic. Jamaican rum and tooth extraction at McGinty's Pub. We're right down on the market. Look for the sign with the giant tooth with a bear chained up underneath it.
Finish Girls by Rick Kaulbars. Episode 4, The Business.
Starring Marie Victoria as Moira, Brett Desrosiers as Phoebe, Anne Murphy as Beatrice, and Rick Kaulbars as Armstrong. Narrated by Chantal Roy. Music by Terry Lynn Mahusky. The two most dangerous places in North America during the 1800s were the American West and the lumber town of Ottawa. Formerly known as Bytown, even the most dangerous American outlaws would come to Canada to hide out here. And in its heart, the Cluster Finishing School for young ladies serves both the outlaws and the politicians of the new government. Recently, the brothel has recruited a former employee, the worldly Beatrice, whose knowledge of sin is expected to change the school's fortunes.
So, Armstrong, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? I've got some new routines.
Do tell.
What's the one thing people in every rank of society are doing in this city?
Not bathing.
Spiritualism, Armstrong.
Oh, yes.
Spiritualism, seances, Ouija boards, and psychic energy. I learned a few mind-reading grifts from a cellmate during my last Kingston stint. I'll turn my back, and you pick one of the cards. Moira, I'm going to touch your temples. I want you to bite down on your teeth. If he picks the third card, bite 3 times. If he picks the 5th card, bite 5 times. Understand?
I think so.
Now, Armstrong, pick your card.
All right, whatever. There.
Now, with my indescribable powers, I shall deduce which card this sad old wretch selected. You picked the 3rd card.
Oh my God. How did you do that?
Oh, love, she just explained it to you. No, never mind.
I'll teach it to you, Phoebe.
I do Ouija, tarot. I even have crystal balls, Armstrong.
Crystal balls, is that a fact? Well, no great surprise there.
So, let's talk about your gear. You know what's popular in high society these days?
Alcoholism.
You say you have strap-ons.
Well, strap on, technically. We only have the one. It's a big molded wooden penis called the tunneler.
Wood, eh? Doesn't sound very safe.
Well, we just took a spoke out of a wagon wheel and nailed it to a harness.
So you only have the one?
There's a unicorn harness.
You're free to use any of mine. Just make sure I get him back clean. In the August heat, the smell can be profound. I have a few other curios that might complement your arsenal. I did a great deal of reading during my last European jaunt. In particular, the Marquis de Sade's new book, Justine.
The Marquis de...
The latest fashion among the wealthy and influential is pain. There's a new standard being set for it all across Europe. Whips, chains, manacles, nipple clamps.
Nipple clamps. Ooh, fancy.
Submissive men often find their stimulation heightened by having one of these dragon-toothed devils affixed to their nipples. And once you've converted them, they'll never go anywhere else.
Yeah, well, I think your Mr. Demers might like that, Moira.
Yes, well, I wouldn't be so...
You ain't seen nothing yet, sweetie. Look at this.
Sweet baby Jesus. You're not using that thing in this house.
Ladies, meet The grappler.
Looks like a complicated fireplace poker or parasol.
A gift from a Spanish inventor friend. It works in 4 stages. Insertion, a gentle lubricated twist into the client, then retraction, opening the pincers, and the grapple to firmly grasp the prostate.
Dear God!
Along the side of the shaft is this long surgical tubing with an injection plunger here at the end. Once you've got the prostate anchored, you can inject whatever fluid you want. Feel this, Moira.
Ooh, smooth.
Yes? You can pump the trigger slightly to milk the prostate, gently irritating the surface, making it extra sensitive and receptive to the fluid you inject.
Fluid? What fluid?
Some men adore tincture of cocaine.
We can't afford cocaine.
I won't pass the cost to you. Most are quite satisfied with a nicotine tincture anyway. Essentially, it's a clyster. I'm sure you girls are no strangers to enema work.
Enema work? Fancy.
Well, we've got some work to do, ladies.
Have you animals abandoned all sense of normal human morality?
Well, listen to this old whoremonger. You're one to talk.
Whoremonger I may be, but this ain't whoring. This is unlicensed surgery. You're going to get our clients killed or infected. Please, put it away. Just looking at it consigns me to the pits of almighty hell.
I think it's interesting. I love science.
Just put that monstrosity away. We've got work to do. We have to rehearse the routine with Beatrice. Then I've got my bloody interview. All right. So on your feet, if you please. Places. Beatrice, I think you should hold back, and after I introduce the other two, you'll be our surprise for the third introduction. You know the game.
I invented the game, old man.
Fine, then. Fine. Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back. It is my most delightful duty to inform you of exciting developments here at the Cluster Finishing School for Young Ladies. And wait until you gaze upon our new student body. Yes, not only do we still feature your favorites, mellifluous Moira, bringing you to heights of passion by taking you to the depths of passion.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's eve?
It's day, dear. It's summer's day. It's summer's day is Shakespeare. Look, can we make it snappy? My meeting's in an hour. Very important. And flirtatious Phoebe, who cloaks her sordid appetites within a veneer that can only be described as vegetative. But now, for the first time ever at our school, except since the last time, we bring you, so help me God, Black Beatrice!
Hey, boys! I wrote a limerick for you. Are you ready for it? Here goes. Have you heard of the girl up the Rideau whose scandalous giant libido was so patriotic when she got erotic, screamed, "Sailor, let's fire torpedoes"? What did you think, old man? Are you all right? You seem distracted.
Yes, it seems fine. I'm sure the shills will be delighted. I'm sorry, I have to rush off now. This meeting's very important. Excuse me, I'm a little lost. I don't get into the Parliament buildings very often. Oh, sorry. Yes. I just need directions. I'm dealing with citizenship. I have to get to the citizenship office. Hello? Hello, over there? All right, I'll go over there. That's what you're saying. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. I hope I'm not early, Mr. O'Connor. Very well. I have to confess, this is my first time inside the Parliament buildings proper. I don't typically have business up here. Near got lost. The place is so big, but very nice man, Mr. Bowles. He directed me here. Mr. Bowles. Bowles is. I guess I misheard. He did seem a little upset. Well, very good, so. All right. Well, right down to business then, yes. Well, I came to Upper Canada 15 years ago. As did we all, eh, Mr. O'Connor? Well, then I guess just me and 30,000 other Irish fellas. Well, I run a small catering enterprise that provides private entertainments for the sophisticate set here in the town. Yes, a whorehouse, yes. I prefer the term common body or disorderly house, but yes, we have our paperwork. We pay the levy, and the girls are inspected annually. This is the government-certified disorderly house. Everyone's over 21 in accordance with all the defilement laws. Oh, yes, it's a plague upon our otherwise respectable industry. But not us. We're all on the up and up. Sorry? Oh, on the up and up. Yes, it's a phrase I learned from some American friends. It means something is legitimate.
Moira, this is the best home-cooked meal I've had in 5 years.
Well, thank you. It's amazing what you can do with a slab of fish and a hammer.
Did you say you've been to Europe?
Oh, yes. Spain, England, France. I'll tell you, ladies, you'll never forget the first time you see the Champs-Élysées.
I'm so jealous. Farthest I ever went was Carlton Place. But I saw a really great duck there.
You don't say. What makes a really great duck, Phoebe?
Confidence. I think it carried itself with confidence.
I see. Oh, here, let me get those plates for you.
I'll always remember that duck.
So what do you ladies do when you're not working? What's fun to do after hours?
Cleaning.
Yes, cleaning up.
That's not fun at all.
Well, it's got to be done. If I had more spare time, I'd practice my elocution for my date next week, but cleaning's got to get done.
You mean besides working tricks, that shiftless Armstrong makes you do all the cleaning and washing up?
I wouldn't say he makes us do it, exactly.
It's just that we could wait till Judgment Day before he lifted a finger to do anything. Have to keep the house in order.
Well, remember what the great writer said. Social order at the expense of liberty is hardly a bargain.
That writer knows what he's talking about.
Moira's been helping me read. Maybe I could look at a book by that writer.
The Marquis de Sade? By all means. I'll leave my copy of Justine on your bed.
You're so nice.
Anything for my new friends. Actually, I have something you'd probably find very interesting.
A confident duck?
Even more interesting than that.
I don't know. You're setting the bar pretty high for yourself.
I want to show you my Viennese music box.
Ooh. It's lovely.
Those carved figures are so precious. Looks like that young lady's helping the fella churn the butter.
I think you better look closer.
Yeah, Moira. She isn't going to get a full quart from churning that.
What do you know? She's helping him get stiff. What a remarkable little machine.
It was a gift from a deposed count I met in Milan. It reminds me there's still sophisticated places in the world.
Milan? Wow, so you've even been to Mexico? You sure seem to have traveled a lot.
Yes. Well, there was a time when I couldn't stay in one place too long. I was always on the go.
You know where I'd go if I could? New York City. I'd go up one of them big skyscrapers I see in the newspapers. My cousin Charlotte lives down in Albany, and she says they hire women for legitimate work all the time.
Really?
Oh, yes. Seamstresses, secretaries, bookkeepers. Sundays, you go to the ballpark, have a beer, and watch a game. And they got this place, Phoebe, Coney Island. Mechanical rides, ice cream, music, and fireworks.
Sounds like heaven.
It is, girls. It's wonderful.
You've been there, too?
Sure enough. And you could go as well. I mean, why not with all the money you make here?
Well, we'd have to save up. Armstrong takes a pretty big cut for rent and overhead.
And we'd have to think about what he'd do if we left him here alone.
Phoebe, you talk about him like he's a child. He's a big, stinking, grown-up man. Don't let that old bully be the reason you don't live your dreams. Now listen, I don't want to hear his name for the rest of the night. Understood?
All right.
All right. Understood.
Today, I'm going to do all your cleaning for you. And then I'm going to take you both out for a nightcap. Or maybe two.
Hey,
Very
I'm not
well.
gonna stop you.
And from now on, we're not whores. We're not prostitutes. In the frontier towns down south, they refer to women like us as soiled doves. Doesn't that sound nicer?
Well, yes.
Sure, that's nice.
What does that make Mr. Armstrong?
Soiled diaper.
Well, that's true, yes. I was sick for a spell. I near died of the typhus in the fever sheds about 8 years ago, but that's one of the documents I sent to you from the doctor, who... No, I know it's not a birth certificate, but... well, yes. My accent, oh, yes, Irish through and through, all the way from County Cork, but I'm no Fenian, though. Oh, really? So you're from County Cork as well? Wonderful. I mean, what a wonderful coincidence. Yes, the streetcars on Patrick Street. Do I miss them? Yes, I miss their infectious dinging. Now, if you'll forgive me, sir, do you mind me asking why you wanted me to come here for this interview? You'll recall I'd sent a request for new citizenship papers. Mine was misplaced as a British subject. I'm entitled. Well, I assumed under the Alien and Naturalization Act. I mean, I've been living here for 15 years. But I did. I sent the identifying documents. Well, that's part of my concern, isn't it? Well, what do you mean dubious, precisely? Sir, I have transactions to conduct in the United States. I can't cross that border unless I have my transit letter of request from the Parliament of Canada. I'm a British subject. Very well. All right. I'll take your advice. You'll be hearing from me within the month. Yes, farewell. How the hell am I going to get out of this blasted country?
Finnish Girls by Rick Kaulbars, starring Marie Victoria as Moira, Brett Desrosiers as Phoebe, Anne Murphy as Beatrice, and Rick Kaulbars as Armstrong. Narrated by Chantal Roy. This production is made possible only through the kind generosity and assistance of CKDJ Radio and Nathan Coffin.
And I'm Johni Keyworth, the voices of McGinty, Mr. Binney, and a few others.
For further reading on Ottawa history, seek out Giants of Canada's Ottawa Valley by historian Joan Finnegan.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the program.